Good afternoon, my friends. How are you? I can't believe it's Tuesday already. It seems like just yesterday I was stamping with you and showcasing the new product of the month. So we're already into the second week of the product of the month, which for the month of February is the Beautiful Moments stamp set. So in case you missed it, last week I was announcing. So hello, Maureen. I was announcing what the stamp set or what the product of the month was going to be. And when I announce a product of the month, it doesn't mean it's anything special through Stamping Up. It's more something that I've done just to give me a chance each week on Tuesday during my Facebook Lives to focus in on one product. And so for the month of February, we're going to focus on the Beautiful Moments stamp set. Mostly because I bought it and I wanted to use it and hadn't used it yet, but I was dying to use it, so it gives me a perfect excuse. Hi, Donna. I just saw Donna for coffee earlier. We actually tried out it's new to me, a bakery just further south from where I am. It's called La Mana Bakery, and I actually found it on Facebook because I knew I would be in that area. And you can order in advance slices of pizza that are like bigger. It looks like the size of half of my body. It like the box for the pizza, the one slice of pizza is so gigantic. But the whole bakery fascinated me because I'd never been there before. I didn't know what to expect. It turns out it's an Italian bakery. And so like there's one whole section with just like delectable looking Italian pastries. So like, I can't even remember what they're called, with the cheese inside. What are those things called? I can't remember what they're called. And then they had like tarts and donuts and cakes. It was like, my mouth was drooling. And then they have all these types of coffees, lattes, cappuccinos, and everything. And then they have a section with gelato. And so if you followed my adventures when I was in Italy after the Stampin' Up trip and I was in Italy, like I had gelato every day, right? But here, it's not so easy to find gelato. So I'm in this bakery and I'm like, oh my gosh, should I get the gelato? But it was only like 10 something in the morning. So I felt like it was wrong to get the gelato. So I just got like a latte, a mocha, I think. And then on the other side of the bakery, they had like all the savory foods. So you could get like sandwiches, the paninis, I guess, but also like lasagna, spaghetti, meatballs, and I'm like, oh, I feel like pizza. I'm like, oh, so anyway, Donna and I shared a piece of pizza, and it was good, much better than pizza. So I feel like I need to take Kevin there and take the kids there. Maybe I should do it as like a Valentine outing. We can get some gelato and get some different pastries and try it out. Anyway, that was my adventure this morning when I was meeting Donna for coffee. Okay, so that's like a total random aside. How's everyone doing this week? We are here on Tuesday. I always like to do a few announcements before I dive into the stamping. Hi, Paulette from Burlington, Ontario. Okay, so what are some announcements today? I already told you that this is the product of the month, so you will see some stamping with that. Oh, yes. Okay, I have more things to tell you, but I don't know whether I wrote them all down. One of them is just a reminder about the Botanical Prints Stamp Camp. So that is at the end of the month, but anybody can take advantage whether you're local or long distance. I highly recommend this stamp camp because it's not very often that I'll do 12 different projects, and you will get the product medley mailed to you. If you aren't coming to it live, you will get the whole product medley mailed to you. The product medley includes a stamp set, designer series paper, dies, ribbon, cute little bee embellishments, die cutouts. So everything's in there. And then if you do register for the Botanical Print Stamp Camp, I will cut the cardstock in the pieces so that you can make 12 different projects and you'll get the written tutorial. So it's an amazing deal because it's only $128, and that includes the medley, which when you put on the tax and everything comes to about $118. So really the class is only $10. So you will need to register for that fairly soon, by the beginning of March. So we've only got a couple weeks in there. Hi Meredith, hi Jennifer. I was just thinking of you guys that I hadn't heard from you for a while. So it's great to see you live. So that's one announcement, is to make sure to take advantage of the Botanical Prints Stamp Camp. Because that's perfect live or to go. The other is a reminder about my March the 14th Ladies Retreat Day. So some of you may know my Ladies Retreat weekend filled up super fast this time. And so the weekend retreat is full, but I still have room in the day retreat. So the day retreat is on Saturday, March the 14th. It's going to run from 9:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. and you can stay as long or as short as you want, but you'll have your own space there to work on whatever craft you want. So you could do stamping, card making, scrapbooking, but you could also do knitting, crocheting, painting, jewelry making, anything you want where you just want to get out of your house. You don't have to look at the laundry and just come and enjoy. So that is March the 14th. And what else did I want to tell you about that? It's $55. It includes a goodie bag. And the other thing about that is I will be bringing all my tools. So my big shots will be there to use. My dies will be there to use, so that, you know, if you've been wanting to try a die and you haven't bought it, you can come to the Ladies Retreat Day and use mine to your heart's content. You can roll out as much as you want. Just use your own consumables. But I'll be bringing all of that there to the hall so that you can enjoy it. Okay, so I only have 5 spots left. Those of you who live a little bit further away, this is actually a good one because it's a whole day thing. So it's worth the drive to Markham to come and enjoy a full crafting day. The day also includes not only the goodie bag, the use of my tools, inspiration, but you'll also get 3 optional make and takes. The $55 includes snacks, but it doesn't include lunch or dinner. So if you want to tack on lunch and dinner, that's an extra $25. Okay, so those 2 classes I wanted to let you know about. And then I did add to my schedule a celebration finale online. Okay, so that'll be an online Facebook party. I don't think I've put it in my calendar yet, but I will. It's in the last week of March. Not the last full week of March. I believe it's on a Tuesday evening, I believe. So you can mark your calendar for that, because we can't say goodbye to celebration without a party. So those of you local to me, you can come out on the live Sweet and Simple celebration finale class, which is the last Wednesday in March. But I believe the day before, on the Tuesday, I don't know if it's the day before or the day after. I'm sorry, I should have checked that. I'll be doing a Facebook party, and there'll be certain party perks that you can only get from participating in my Facebook party. So keep an eye open for that. I'll send out the reminders soon. So make sure you're on my mailing list if you're not already. Good afternoon, Bev. Lindsay's on. Okay, so I think those are the announcements I wanted to make for now. We can dive into a little bit of stamping. And although I know on my Facebook Lives, I always focus on the product of the month, today I'm going to do 2 projects. I'm going to do one with the project of the month, but I absolutely had to do a little bit with some of the coordination products that are available now, because they're only while supplies last, and I just felt I would be remiss. I would be a bad demonstrator if I didn't show you some of the products that are out now. My order still hasn't arrived, so anyway, I wanted to just show you my favorites. Let me see. Here it is. It's on the floor. I know I keep talking about it, but my favorite is the, I think it's called Please Does Punch? Yeah, Please Does Punch Designer Series paper. So even though this has really nothing to do with my product of the month, I thought I would still make a little something with it, because this was just released in February along with a few other products. But they're only while supplies last, and they're limited time. So I thought I really need to show you how I used this paper to create a card. And you can you know, at least be inspired. I hope to bring you some stamping inspiration. Okay, so we'll do one card with that just so that I can remind you about the special coordination products. But then we'll do another card with the product of the month, which is the Beautiful Moments stamp set. I'm just laughing. Lindsay says, I don't have most of the punches, but I still got the paper. I know, because the colors are beautiful, right? Lena, hello Lena, good to see you. Okay, so let's dive into the stamping. And I was out this morning, as you guys heard. I was having coffee with Donna at that beautiful Italian bakery. So I'm not as organized down here as I want to be. So we'll see. Please forgive me if I have to go running upstairs, because before I met with Donna, I met with another lady and did some stamping with her. So I was out in the morning, but I planned my project ahead of time, but it doesn't mean I have all the pieces that I should. But we'll go with it. We're always grassroots down here. Okay, so let me flip the camera over and we'll do some stamping. Okay, I remembered to take off my phone case this time so I don't have all that fussing going around. Let's see whether I can get rid of some of the shadows. Okay, hopefully that's okay for you guys. Okay, so why don't we do the Pleased as Punch paper first so that I can show you some of the designs. I'll show you, there's only a few designs, but you get several sheets of each. So this is one side, and this is the other side. Can you see that? So pretty. So don't worry, Lindsay, if you don't have all the punches, because you can still use the paper on the other side. I really want to make a card with this. I just haven't had a chance. What I'm imagining it is that I would punch out these hearts and just put them on a card just like that with a little sentiment in the middle. That's what I'm imagining. The card has not transpired yet. Here's the other side. Look at that nice gingham. See? Okay, and then let me show you this one. This is the one we're going to use today. This is the paper we're going to use today. Okay, so that matches with this small bloom punch, which is only available during celebration. I don't know whether they're carrying it over. Actually, I shouldn't say that. But it is free with a $120 order. Okay, I love this paper too. And the thing is, I was hoarding it. I wasn't playing with it. So I was like, that's it. Today is the day. I must play with it. And here's the other side. Look, it's so bright and cheerful. And I think there might be one more if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there's one more design here. Okay, matches with the tulip punch. And then here's the other side. I think that's like a granny apple green. Okay, so let's get ready for the project today. I'm going to use two projects today, really. Okay, so I'm going to use the Whisper White Thick. I've already cut it at 5.5 inches, so it'll be 5.5 by 8.5. And I'm going to use our trimmer, and I'm going to score it at 4.25. I see some people are still hopping on. If it's your first time joining in one of my Facebook Lives, you'll know that I love to connect with you. So I like to see who's hopping on. I like to see your comments. I like to say hi. Okay, and then we'll use some Whisper White. And what I'm going to do is cut it at 4 inches by 5.25. Okay, so I think that's already at 4, and then 5.25. Okay, so that it'll layer right on top. But I am going to add some texture to it. So I'm going to use our Stone 3D embossing folder. And again, this is another Celebration freebie. So Celebration is only till the end of March, and then some of the products pretty much are while supplies last. So we just have to keep an eye on things that they're not selling out, because that's why I would not recommend waiting. Don't wait if there's something you love. Just get it, because you don't know. You don't know. Sometimes if it goes back ordered or non-orderable, we may not see it again. Okay, so I'm going to slip this in here. So this is a Celebration freebie that is a bundle. So you get this embossing folder along with the Power of Hope stamp set with a $120 order. You get it absolutely free. Okay, but what I'm doing is just sticking the Whisper White paper in there, and we'll run it through my Big Shot. Okay. Let's get my Big Shot here. And this is a good reminder. I feel like I've been mentioning this for months and months now, but there's still people that aren't aware. We do not carry the Big Shot anymore. Hi, Mary. We don't carry the Big Shot anymore, but most of us still have it. So if you do, and you're embossing with any of the new 3D embossing folders, which this one is, the stone embossing folder, the sandwich that you need to make is with just this platform, the multi-purpose platform. And then you would put the embossing folder with the paper and then the blue embossing plate on top. Okay, and so that is the sandwich that you need. So the blue embossing plate is something you need to buy separately if you don't have it already, especially if you're getting any of the new embossing folders. But look at how fun the design is. Both sides are very cool. Isn't that neat? So I just thought that added some really nice, interesting texture to the card. Because it's such a cheerful card, I wanted to kind of jazz it up a bit. So here's our base. Here's the layer. And then I am going to put a little strip of that very colorful designer series paper that I was just showing you here. Okay, so I'm going to use this side of it. This is like a rainbow. It's such a happy rainbow. Okay, so we're going to do 2 inches and then I'm going to cut it here at 4 inches. Okay, so who else is hopping on? I see people hopping on, but you're not saying hi. I love it when you say hi, so I know that you're there. And Tuesday at 2 is really my way to share stamping inspiration. I wish I could have coffee with all of you and stamp with all of you, but I know some of you live a little further away, so this way you still get some stamping inspiration. Now, you know, anything that you see you can purchase on my online store. Just go to genevieve.stampinup.net, and when you use this host code in February, you get a free package of gold faceted gems. So that's my special for February, so you can take advantage of Celebration and get a little gift from me. So you get a gift from Stampin' Up and a gift from me when you shop on my online store. Okay, but if you have any trouble whatsoever with my online store, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there, and we're going to use the Whisper White paper again. And I am a huge fan of stamps and punches. So I'm going to use our Calypso Coral ink. Hi, Chris. I'm glad you're on. Okay. And, oh, do I have the stamp set to show you? This comes from the Layered with Kindness stamp set. Okay. And so I love that there's stamps that perfectly match the punches. It makes card making super easy. So I'm just going to tap on the Calypso Coral and stamp onto the Whisper White cardstock. Okay. And Stampin' Up stamps give you such a crisp, clean image because of how well they manufacture their stamps. They actually manufacture it themselves in their plant in Kanab in Utah. So you know you're going to get a high quality product. And then there is a punch that matches. Can you see that there? I don't know whether the light's glaring off, but let's punch that out. Okay, and get that going. Okay, I don't think I'm using ribbon, so I think I can glue this right down here. Okay, so I find card making very relaxing, and it's also so satisfying to make things. Okay, and then I'll pop it up with a bit of dimensionals. We're down to the end of my dimensional, so I even use the border. I just rip off the little border there. Okay, now I don't know if you noticed, but this paper on the other side, as I mentioned, it coordinates with our little bloom punch. So this little punch can punch out the designs in the designer series paper. Okay, there you go. There is a stamp set that matches with this punch too, but since the paper already has it, it makes it so easy to be able to pop that on. I'm going to use a glue dot here, and we'll pop this on. I've already punched out a few others, but see, this is like a very happy, happy birthday card. A cheerful happy birthday card that you could give to people. I already punched out a few more. Okay. So that you can kind of see how fun that is, right? So that's why it's called Pleased with Punch paper, because the paper coordinates with the punch. There you go. And we gotta have a little bit of something going on here. I'm just looking to see if I can find some pearls. Okay, got a few pearls here. I think we should put some pearls on these little flowers. They look naked without the pearls. Okay. You can tell I use a lot of pearls. I use every single one on the package. Oh, of course, there's one left, one lonely pearl left after I use this one. There. Okay, so see, I knew I would be a bad demonstrator if I didn't show you some of the new product that was available that just came out in February, beginning of February. So this is the new Pleased with Punch Designer Series paper. I used actually the same design, I just used both sides of it. So I used this design and punched out the flowers using the small bloom punch, and I used this side to just give a pop of color here. Okay, so what do you guys think of that card? Okay, so now we can drop into the product of the month. Now, if you have not taken advantage of Celebration, I would highly, highly recommend it. You think you've got all this time since it runs from January to March, but pretty much we're already halfway. It's so sad because these products are not going to be available forever. That's one of the specials about Celebration, is that the products are limited time and only available for a short time. And then the other thing that's special about them is that they're free, right? Like this bloom punch is free. You just have to shop, and you know that's not that hard to do. So you can get this bloom punch free with a $120 order. Or there's other stamp sets you can get free with a $60 order. So do not miss out on Celebration. You can shop anytime, 24 hours on my online store. You can just reach out to me and I can help you with your order. Okay, so let's do the other stamp set, which is my product of the month, is this gorgeous, soft, and sweet Beautiful Moments. I'm just reading Meredith's comment. She's asking, what is this embossing folder called? The one that I used on the card just now, this one? This embossing folder is called Stone Embossing Folder. Okay, but you can only get it right now free as part of a bundle. So you get it with the Power of Hope stamp set, and you get both of them together free with a $120 order. Okay, so it's a great deal because free is the best price for everyone. Oh, I'm glad you love this card. I love it too. It's so cheerful and happy. Okay, so now we're going to switch gears. We are going to go to a little bit of softer, sweeter kind of sentiment instead of the bright, cheerful. And it's called Beautiful Moments. So let me show you. We're going to have to cut everything here because, as I told you, I was out this morning, so I didn't pre-cut everything. But I know we can work with it. So I am going to use the crumb cake cardstock. Woo! And to make a card is super easy. You just cut your cardstock in half. So you can either cut it in half at the 4 1/4 mark, or you can cut it in half at the 5 1/2 mark. For this card, I am going to cut it at the 4 1/4 mark, and then I am going to score it at 5 1/2. Okay. So that will be our card base. And then I like to do just an extra layer. I find the extra layer helps because, you know, if I want to tie any ribbon or do anything like that, the extra layer helps. So I'm going to also stick with crumb cake, and we're going to trim it at 5 1/4 by 4 inches, 5 1/4 by 4 inches. So this is a crumb cake layer that I'm just putting on top. Okay, I'm not going to glue it yet because I am going to sneak some ribbon behind it, but just so you know how it goes. So I really just went 1/4 inch smaller from the actual card. And then I'm going to cut another piece of crumb cake, and I'm going to cut it at 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, so let's see whether this works. So 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be where we're stamping, actually. Okay, so let me get this out of the way, and we're going to stamp on this layer. So this is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and let's use our gorgeous stamp set. Well, our Beautiful Moment stamp set, and I'm going to use this lovely lady here standing out in the field. Doesn't she look so serene? She looks very calm and serene and stately. Okay, and let me peel this off. Okay, so I'm going to put it on a big E block here. Okay, and then I'm going to use an Early Espresso ink. So I like the Early Espresso on crumb cake. It just gives a very neutral, calming sort of look to it. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to try and position it so that the grass is kind of near the bottom. Okay. Oh, that's good, Chris. You used this stamp set as well. It's such a gorgeous stamp set. And, you know, we can also look at different ways to color it. So last week you saw that if you watched my Tuesday at 2 last week, you would have seen that I colored it with our blends marker. But this week I'm going to color it a little. I mean, it already looks gorgeous without any color. Very classy without any color. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to color it today. Let me get that ink pad out of the way. I'm going to use our watercolor pencils, and I'm going to color it just with the white watercolor pencil. Okay, so there's all these different colors. You probably can't even see, but there's a white, which I'm using today. Okay, and I am just going to color her dress in white. I'm not even going to use a blender pen to blend the white because I feel like it adds to the charm when it's just kind of a little bit scribbly. I'm just going in straight strokes, and where I'm missing spots, I'm just going back and circling back. So I'm doing a little bit of a circular motion, straight motion, and I'm using a firm pressure with the pencil crayon. Okay, so it's almost highlighting this beautiful lady in her dress, and then I'm also going to highlight these flowers in white as well. So this is just the white watercolor pencil. You may have forgotten that this even exists, but that's why I'm sharing it with you. That's part of the fun of our Facebook Live, is to inspire you. Okay, do you see that? Do you see how it just pops that image out? Okay, and so that's good. So this stamp set really lends itself well to coloring. But maybe you don't want to use the same. I mean, when you first look at it, you're like, it's totally calling for like a watercolor effect with water and everything. But I just wanted to show you other ways to color it. So there you go. You can use the white watercolor pencil on some crumb cake. And then we're going to do a bit of a matte here. Let's see whether I can find what I need. I'm going to use the champagne glimmer paper because I thought it would go really nicely with the crumb cake. So let me pull the champagne glimmer paper out. I'm having trouble because I don't want the sticky part of this paper, this plastic adhesive, to touch my precious glimmer paper. Just being a little careful there. Okay, so I'm just again doing the 1/4 inch larger, so we can just make it 3 inches by 4 inches. So I think it's already at 4 inches, so we're just going to cut it at 3 inches here. Okay, there we go. See how that shiny matte just jazzes it up right there. And then I've left this open so that I can put a sentiment. So let's put that sentiment there. You're somebody's blessing. I know exactly who I'm going to give this card to. I have a friend that helped me at my Creating for Christ event this weekend, and she literally just helped me out of the kindness of her heart. She's not a stamper or anything, but she totally She's one of my best friends. She totally knows what I do and why I do it, and so she just was willing to come and help, and I thought it was so kind of her. So I wanted to give her this card. She is a blessing to me. Oh, I feel like I jiggled it. Oh no, we're okay. Okay, so we can just put that at the top. We'll stick this down. So if you like anything you see here, you can of course purchase it on my online store. If you're brand new to stamping, you might feel a bit overwhelmed with all these things. Whoa, ink pad, pencil crayon, stamp set, crumb cake, glimmer paper, foil paper. You might feel like, oh, this is all too much. In that case, I would really recommend a kit. So on my online store, you will see that there's a category called kits, and that is a safer place to start if you're brand new to stamping. But still, even with the things that I'm using, hopefully you can see how easy it is. It's not complicated. I didn't have to be a crafting or artistic genius to make this card. It's really just enjoying and using some of the products. Okay, so I'm using this new white ribbon. It's called, I can't remember, it's like crinkled ribbon, crinkled seam binding ribbon. So you know what they should call it is static cling ribbon. It is so, like it kind of sticks to everything. It's like got this staticky feeling to it when you use it. So let me just, see, like it's pretty much just, it's fine. It's sticking to the card, which is good, which is what we like. But sometimes it sticks to your fingers. See, it's like static electricity. Anyway, okay, so let's glue that down. Do I have any tape? Oh, here's some tape. Okay. So let's finish this card off. Pop this around. Oh. Crazy. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter which side I do it. Okay, let's try again. Static ribbon. It's called crinkled seam binding, nicknamed static ribbon. Staticky ribbon. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Okay. So what's everyone else doing this afternoon? Is anyone else doing some stamping today? Or is this your stamping fix to watch this video? Okay, so I'm going to make a bow. At this weekend's Creating for Christ event, someone was so anti-bow. She just felt like she couldn't do bows. She would never use bows. But all my projects, well, not all of them, but a lot of them have ribbon because it's pretty. But she was very anti-bow, so I helped her with it. I don't mind. That's totally in my job description. Okay, so let's put this on. I might use dimensionals if I can find my dimensionals. I can pop it up. Thank you, Mary. I'm glad you like the card. There we go. So this is another way to use the stamp set. Last week, if you watched the video, you'll see that I had used the stamp set for some scrapbooking or as a scrapbooking element. But this week, we're back to doing cards. And I can't believe it. I didn't put my pictures into my scrapbook page yet, but stay tuned. I hope to. Okay, so we're going to put that ribbon there. What happened to my glue dots? And we'll glue dot it on top. See, doesn't the ribbon just add something? And the white ribbon, it kind of complements the white pencil crayon coloring I got going there. Okay, and then we can finish off our card. So I think that's a nice, sweet way to use this stamp set. Okay, so hopefully you got a new idea with this stamp set, the Beautiful Moments one. And I do have a class coming up on the last Wednesday of April. This will be one of the cards that we are making at the class. If you take the class to go, I'll pre-cut everything. I'll include the embellishments. And it even includes the stamp set, so you can make the card at home. You'll just have to use your own ink. And I guess the white pencil crayon, but even if you had a white crayon, that would work. So my class, the live, is the last Wednesday in April. The class fee is $45. It includes 8 cards. So it'll be 4 different designs, 2 of every design, and this will be one of the cards. So if you want the make and takes for that, just let me know. I'll put the registration link in this video. You could probably also find it by going to my website and clicking the events. I think I put it on my events calendar. I'm always a bit behind. So I would love it if you join in that class, either live or local. I mean local or long distance. You can join in. And don't forget, if you see things you like, you can head to my online store. I was just wondering whether I should jazz it up a bit more. It looks good already with the ribbon, I think. But I was like, I wonder whether a gem would kind of even make the card more decadent and fancy. So that's why I'm digging in my embellishment box as we speak here to see if I have an embellishment that might fit the bill. I don't know. Like I could put a pearl there, or I could put, oh, you know what? I can, this is just the reminder that with every $50 order, with a $50 order, online order, my online store, you get the gold faceted gems. Maybe I should show you what the gold faceted gems look like. Although, did I use them all? I'm just looking here. I see a whole bunch of clear faceted gems, but I'm kind of in the mood for gold. Let's see whether I have my gold ones out, or whether that's too complicated because I'm on live and everything never works out when you're on live because everybody's staring at you. Okay, let's see. Nope, don't know where it is. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys what you get free with an online order in February. Maybe I put it, maybe it's here somewhere and I'm blind. Maybe it's on my table. Bad news. Anyway, I think most of you know what it looks like. Oh, they're right here. With the lighting, it looks kind of, yeah, the champagne rhinestones are so sad. They're back ordered. You know, maybe I could be held responsible because I was buying them nonstop. I don't know if you read that blog post, how much I love the champagne rhinestones, but that would be gorgeous. But even the gold faceted gem would be fun to dress it up too. Okay, so you'd get a package of this with your online order just using that host code. Just remember, your order has to use the host code and be over $50, but really you should be over $60, so you can get a free celebration product. Oh, wink of Stella. Oh, thank you, Heather. Oh, see, you guys are the best. Okay, let's wink her up. Let's wink her up. So wink of Stella. Where should we put it here? I think we'll just put a little on her dress. And that actually helps to blend the pencil crayon in a little bit better. Okay, so there we go. And then that goes really nicely with our gold faceted gem. Thank you, Heather. Oh, okay, can you see a little bit of the shine there? It used to be just white pencil crayon. Now it's shiny white pencil crayon. So now it goes really nicely with our foil champagne paper and our gold faceted gem. So that is our project today, using the project of the month, the product of the month. Let me flip this baby around and I'll say a proper goodbye. Okay, so thanks so much for tuning in, guys, this week. And it's so fun to connect with you on Tuesday afternoons. So make sure to tune in again next week, Tuesday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to see what else I am going to create with our product of the month, or anything else I'm inspired to do. Like this week I was inspired to use some of that Pleased with Punch DSP, and I ended up with this card. And then we made this card today. Okay, so don't miss out on Celebration. We're almost halfway through, so so take advantage while you can. And don't hesitate to reach out to me. I love to connect with you guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week. Bye.